Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Man, today is the 173rd. You heard it right. The 173rd episode. On our way to 200 episode of the In Your Face show. And I'm here with a very special guest. She's kicking ass and taking names in the action movies. And she's the best at what she does. She's great at what she does. And she likes to shoot shots and she likes to shoot arrows and throw knives. So allow me to introduce her, Miss Short Shot, aka Miss Melissa Cole.
Nice to meet you on here. You having a good
Thank-
day?
I'm having an awesome day. Having an awesome day. How about your day?
I'm doing well. I am sick, just to forewarn everyone. So, like, my it hurts to swallow, so I'm eating these like crazy. So I have to keep this in my mouth so I can talk. So it's kind of like vapor rub in your mouth. So it's really
Oh
gross.
my god, I used to hate
Uh,
eating those. Oh man. So, you ready for the questions?
I am.
Okay. Let's
Let's bring it.
go. Let's go. So what made you, what inspired you to get into acting like you did?
I actually got into it later in life. I was beat down my whole life pretty much, and I've always been told that I'm just a, you know, little country girl, and it doesn't happen for people like me, things like that. That's being nice compared to what I was actually told. And I got on the set of the movie Life Mark, which is a little bit about part of my life. And I got to spend a week in Georgia on set. And while I was there, we got to play a prank on a couple of people. And the Kendricks were like, "Well, I didn't know you could act." And I'm like, "Well, I mean, a little bit. I toyed with it in high school and I kind of let it go." And then something else happened. And he was like, "Maybe this is something you could pursue." And I just thought maybe they were being nice, but it just so happened that there was an audition coming up, and it was for Disciples in the Moonlight. And I thought, well, maybe I'll give this acting thing a try. You know what I mean? And so I submitted my audition. Months went by, never heard back. Soon, it's a pipe dream. Nothing's going to happen. And I get a phone call out of the blue. And I was told that I had been offered the role of such and such in Disciples of the Moonlight. And so that began me actually getting on film and actually start acting. So that was my first time on screen ever, other than a cameo, a couple of times in the movie Life Mark.
Awesome. I doing cameos. I doing all lights, the strike lights, all the lights going on. You know what I mean? So, without further ado, what has been your most memorable experience? Let's talk about that. Doing
in, act,
acting, yeah, in acting.
in acting, um, that's a hard one. I would say let me put this to you. The most nervous I've been was on Race Against Time because it was my first on screen romance. And
Hmm.
so let me tell you, it is nothing like what you see in the movies because when you're on camera and you have a romantic partner on set, okay, it's not romantic. You've got like 40 people in the room. You got cameras in the room, and you've got directors and producers, people telling you to do this, do that, don't do this as much, do this more. It is nothing. Like when you watch a movie and you put it together and you go, man, it's kind of a steamy scene. You know what? You don't know how it gets there until you actually get behind the camera and do it. So
Oh,
it's that to me was very memorable because I was so uncomfortable, but I had such an awesome romantic partner for that scene, and very much a gentleman, and he made it very easy. And it's so funny because we joke because there's the teenagers actually have a kiss scene, and we joke that the teenagers did better than what we did. So for me, I guess it's something I'm always going to remember.
Awesome, awesome, very awesome, very awesome. Oh, very, very awesome, very, very awesome. See, I've always wanted to act. I love to see people doing what they do. It looks to me, it looks awesome. It looks easy to me. That's just to me, That's not to the people that's doing it. You know what
Uh-huh.
I
And that is easy
mean?
as what you think whenever you're on set 12, 13, 14, 16 hours a day. It's not as glamorous as what people think.
Yeah, I feel you, man. But when you get that first check and you did that big movie, yeah, I get you.
I'm
Finally get your
still
money.
waiting for that, so it's
I
okay.
feel you. I feel you. I feel you. What is the most rewarding aspect of doing what you do? What you do most? Like what you're doing for a living. What is the most rewarding thing of doing what you do?
As far as acting part of my life,
Yeah. Mhm. As far as
or
acting, yeah. As far as
for acting, I think the most, I think that that would be probably, and I know I've heard other people say this, but kind of escaping into something that you're not. You get to be this badass warrior, or you get to be the crying mom, or you get to be the person that gets the revenge on this or that, and so it's kind of escaping your reality. And then I've heard people say, well, if you had to escape your reality, is your life really that bad? You know what I mean? And it's like, that's not really a fair question, because it's something that I love. It's something that I enjoy, because I get to totally soak myself and immerse myself into that character. And I love it. I love every second of it.
well, I've always had that thought, right? A lot of people play characters that is a part of them, that they really are the character. They are, but they haven't tapped into that part of that personality that they have a part of. You know what I'm saying? That's
I
a
like to
part of
play
them.
opposite. I like to play opposite of who I am, because everybody's like,
Exactly.
"Oh, but she's so cute. She's so sweet." You don't know me that well. No, I get called a Sour Patch Kid all the time. So I'm either really sweet or I'm really not. So they're getting the sweet part of me. They're not getting the feisty part of me. So
Uh,
you know,
well,
I,
I
I like
mean,
I like playing opposite.
see, well, as you talk to people and because this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? If I'm when I'm like whether I'm talking to you on the phone or on air with you, I can actually read people and be able to figure out what their feisty part is and what their uh I just figure it out quick, you know what I'm saying? And just by looking them in their eyes, looking into their spirit and their soul, and how when I figured out about you is that you're very, very, very kick ass. Like when I'm like, wow, like nobody knows this. Like she is very kick ass. People don't understand. She hides a lot, you know what I'm saying? But it's good that you hide it because not a lot of people understand that feisty side. Not a lot of people understand that side of you that you try to hide so much, and it's good that you hide so much because it's a time for everything. Always a time
Yeah,
for everything.
well, I mean, I'm very much a tomboy, but I'm still very much a lady. So,
Yeah,
there's a fine line and a balance there. I don't go around thinking I could kick everybody's ass all the time or anything like that.
right,
But,
right.
but also, I mean, I have that side of me, and then I have the fun regular side, and I like to shoot guns and throw knives and shoot bows and ride four-wheelers and jump out of airplanes, and I got the crazy side. So
Yeah,
it's okay.
you're,
It
yeah.
balances
Yeah.
out.
David J. Paul, what's up, David? What's up, my man? He said, "Hey, what's up? Hey, yo, what's up?" So, I wanted to ask you, what was the first time you met? How was the first time you met David? What was that like?
Um, okay, I understand you. So, um, I know he's laughing right now. So we haven't actually met in person yet, and
Okay.
he called me one day, and he's he uh, he called me one day and asked me a question about movies. One thing led to another, And he was at Denny's restaurant and he was sipping on some coffee. And he said he'd been there for a while. I said, well, what you still doing there? He's been there for a long time. He goes, well, I'm kind of embarrassed to say this, but I left my debit card at home. And I was like, okay, I'm thinking just pay cash, right? And he's like, I don't have any cash on me. I have my debit card. And so we continued to talk for a while. I think we were on the phone close to an hour, and he down like 4 cups of coffee. I think he's real jittery. And finally, I got to thinking, well, wait a minute. I can just use my debit card and pay because he couldn't leave because he couldn't pay for it unless he's going to go back there and wash dishes, right? So
Uh,
I said, well, hold on, let me get my debit card. He goes, no, 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 you don't have to do that. I said, I know I don't have to. That's why I'm doing it. And so I gave him my debit card at the register, and I got him out of Denny's jail. And that's kind of how we met. And then it just kind of progressed from there. So
well, hey, you know what I'm saying? We all need a little helping hand sometimes. You know what I mean? We all need a little helping hand, little helping hand
he's tried to
sometimes.
pay me back. He's tried to pay me back. He's tried to pay me back. I'm like, I am not worried over a Denny's meal. It's okay. So, but it was just
Well,
kind of, yeah.
yeah, see, you're like, well, was it, who's your favorite David? Yeah, hold on. Who's your favorite David? And my Apple Pay wasn't working, lol. The damn app froze on me. He said, and Michelle Ruse says hello to
Oh,
you both.
she said what?
Hey, Michelle, she said hello to you both.
Hi.
She said, well, I ain't get the other one, but you know what I'm saying. You know, she said hello to you both. You know, and Jeffrey Peterson said,
Oh,
hi, Melissa.
David.
See, I got all these people, all these good people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they are.
you know, you know. Can you do something? Can you do me a favor? Can you send me that YouTube link that I sent you? The YouTube link that I sent you in your inbox.
On me?
Yeah. The one I sent you.
If I do, I'll probably hang up this call because I'm talking to you on my cell phone.
Damn. I thought you had a laptop. That's okay.
I do,
Anyway,
but I got to update it and all that, and I just haven't. I've been gone. I haven't felt like it. So
don't even worry. Don't worry about
sorry.
that.
It was a kick-ass reel, though. I love it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You know.
Yeah, it was
So,
good. You know it.
well, thank you for the compliment, Miss Michelle. You know, and
My
Miss Ruth.
way fast.
She said she loved both of our smiles. Well, thank you. You know. you know. Oh, so what is it like? You know, riding dirt bikes and four wheelers and throwing knives and all that stuff. Have you been doing that for years, or you just started doing it?
And no, I had a gun in my hand at 6 years old. So I was such a tomboy, and my mom and dad were divorced when I was about a year and a half. And as I was getting older, I was getting curious, and they had bang bangs everywhere. And obviously, I see them on TV, I see they have them, I'm interested. And so they thought if they put a gun in my hand, like a big one, when I was so young, and let me shoot it, that it would scare me and I'd be done. That was the biggest mistake they could have ever made. So my mom, which is even tinier than I am, she packed a 357 at the time. So we were at my dad's house. And even though they were divorced, they still were very cordial and got along really well. And so they put a 357 in my hand. And this is how I got my nickname Sure Shot. And it stuck with me since I was 6. So they put this 357. If you know anything about bang bangs, that's a big freaking cannon to a 6-year-old. So I'm standing there like this. I got this gun pointed, and they're like, all right, they're going over safety. They're going over all this, blah, 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 blah. And next thing I know, it comes time to pull that trigger. I pull that trigger. The gun goes completely up in the air. I fell back on my butt, and I'm laying on my back. And my dad and my mom are like right there, and they're like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm like, and they're like, are you done? And I went, it just got me pumped up more. So obviously, since it didn't curb that adrenaline, as they figured out, they dropped me down to 22. So they got me learning how to shoot a 22. And then as I grew in age, I grew in caliber. And yeah, I like guns a lot. So Then one day, I was at my dad's house, and my dad had always had this bow set next to one of his desks, and I said, "Hey, you think you can show me how to shoot that?" And so he always does this to me, like I'm always doing something. So he always would put his hand like this. He's like, okay. So he drags me outside. He gets mad at me because we lived out in the country at the time, and when I was growing up during that part of my life, and he said, "You got to stop losing these arrows." And back then they were so cheap, compared to today's arrows. And
Yeah.
so I figured out that when I take my bow, for me, now I'm not instructing anyone how to shoot a bow right now. FYI, anybody that's watching this is how I do it. So I learned that when I take the bow and I pull it back and I just touch my lip barely right here and release, I'm a dead shot every time. I'm a sure shot every time. So my dad's
Wow.
like, you can't do that. That's not the way you're supposed to do that. And I'm like, do you want me to lose the arrows or hit the target? Yes, I was sarcastic even then, that I was a dead on shot. So I started learning how to use my bow. And then one day I was at my dad's and I was walking through the yard doing something with the dog out there. And I saw him throw a knife in a tree. And I thought, that's pretty cool. And I was like, hey, Dad, you think you can show me how to do that? So he goes again. And he shows me a few times. And I was interested, but like it didn't really, that part of my life didn't take off till I got a little older. And then as I got a little older, the gun stuff grew, the bow stuff grew, the knives grew. So as I was growing, everything else was intensifying. I was looking for more and more and more and more, and I kind of still do. So that's
Wow.
kind of the story behind. I like weapons a lot. So
Well,
and I like swords. So
that
not
you
a
know,
sword.
you know, you're a modern day cliffhanger. You know what I'm saying? Not cliffhanger. Tomb Raider. I was about to say Tomb Raider. You all thought she's a video game character, but Tomb Raider. You should play that character. You know, Tomb Raider. Yeah. You know, maybe hey, shit, go talk to somebody. You know, but Mr. David Saragusa said, you know,
Oh,
Saragusa said, do you prefer? Hold up. Do you prefer guns, bows, or arrows? Both. Do you prefer guns or bow and arrows
damn it! He always puts me on the spot, and it's always one that's hard to choose from. Okay,
or
it
knives?
depends.
He
It
said.
depends. It depends on the situation and what you have to do. Bows are silent. Knife is silent. Guns are not. Well, they can be, but overall, you get what I'm saying. It's like, and you're done. So it depends on the situation, David. That's not a good question.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're a gun type person, and okay, I got a question. So, what is the heaviest gun you've ever shot?
50 cal.
50 cal. Oh man. Ooh. I remember I remember I picked up because one of my friends used to carry a gun, to work or to school or whatever, and I had it in my hand. I'm like, damn, that motherfucker is heavy. But he was like, I just carry this because you know how people can be, you know. I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Shit, as long as they ain't got no bodies on, I'm good. You know, uh, get my handprints off that motherfucker. Don't want to believe it, But
But you got to be
yeah,
careful with that because if you touch the bullets, it's on the bullets too. So you got to think deep when it comes to that.
wow, that's wow. That's because me, man, I always wanted to do that. Like, that's one of my dreams to be a weaponist. You know what I'm saying? Shoot all kinds of guns and all that stuff. Have a gun collection. That's all I wanted to do because I saw that it was fun and it looks fun. Looks very fun. You know what I'm saying? It looks like you see. I haven't lived a lot of parts of my life, so yeah, it's time now. You know
It
what I
it
mean?
gets it gets my heart pumping hard. I
Yeah.
enjoy it a lot. Yes, like a lot.
Yeah, like so. What is it like? Being in the air, like 20 feet, 50 feet, thousands of feet in the air, and jumping out that motherfucker. What is it like? How does it get your adrenaline running?
Well, I was 14,000 feet in the air when I jumped. and my parachute didn't open. So I went into a spin at 120 miles an hour for 36 seconds. It's on my jump log. And so I ended up blacking out because you can't jump until you like alone until you have like I think it's 25 or 26 jumps if I'm not mistaken. And so you're like tandem to someone and he's had over 4,000 jumps, the guy I jumped with. And like in the video, you could see him up there. He's like working those cords trying to unloosen them. Now he could have cut it and the reserve could have opened. But like if you're not used to something like that, like your body, it goes into shock. And like I blacked out for just a couple of moments. And I jumped. And when I jumped that day, it was the day after I met my birth son, since he was placed up for adoption. And so I was like, you meet your birth son, then what do you do? Well, we went and jumped out of an airplane the next day. And so then what happened? My parachute didn't open. So
Wow.
my daughter was so mad. She didn't talk to me for hours after that. She was so mad that it looked like a folded up lollipop coming down the air. But then all of a sudden, you could see him just jerking on those chains and jerking on those chains. And finally, it just, and back up we went. And then I'm like, is he okay? Is he okay? He's like, he's fine. He's fine. But they
Wow.
don't show that in the movie. They don't show that in the documentary. They leave all the cool stuff out, you know? And I wrecked
Uh,
my four-wheeler on the documentary for before the movie on I Lived on Parker, and they
hmm
wanted me to put the dirt up. So we were out at Haspin, and we went during the work week because there's not as many people there. And so I was spinning my four-wheeler around like this, and one of the producers was over there. Now get this, he never, ever, ever shuts his camera off, right? I
wow.
finally do something super freaking cool. And I wreck, but there's something cool that happens. So I'm spinning and there's a rut and there was nothing I could do. I knew at that point it's let your body go limp or you're going to break something. So I kind of
Yeah.
went limp, got thrown off my four wheeler and my four wheeler's somewhere. I don't know where it's at. And I'm laying on the ground and I'm sitting there thinking, okay, I can move everything, nothing's broke, right? And then all of a sudden, I hear this noise, and I swear it's just like a Vin Diesel movie, only I didn't look super cool at the time. And all of a sudden, my head goes over here like this, and my four wheeler comes barrel rolling right toward me. I mean, fast, and it weighs like 600 or 800 pounds. It was my Wolverine back then, and I didn't know what to do, and all of a sudden, it's by the grace of God this happened because I can never do this again. The seat where I would have been sitting rolled right where my leg was able to kick it out, and I was able to go right up against the seat. I was able to stop that thing from squishing me, and it
Wow.
falls down to the side. And the producer is running over to me, and he is freaked out. And Sean's like, "Oh, don't worry, she does this all the time." And he's like, all freaked out. And I looked at him. I said, "Tell me you got that on camera." He looks at me. He puts his eyes up. He goes, "Shut the camera off when you wrecked." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me right now?" Because that was just so freaking cool. Can never
Wow.
happen again like that.
So, we have Leonard Lay. Hey, kiddo,
Hey,
I've seen you throw knives.
hey, I was rusty, but I'm getting back at it, Leonard. You know that.
Hey, man, this look. I look.
Don't make me
I would.
mad.
Hey, I would love to do an episode on seeing you guys shoot guns, and I would. You know what I like to do? Is like be on set and document, like do an episode of the show and watch you guys act out all your parts and everything, all the stuff like that, and be on set with you guys and have the camera rolling or the phone rolling and have it going live, and what I'm saying, we watching y'all do y'all on set.
That would be a blast. And I went to stunt school this past summer, and one of the things I got to do, which was super cool, was they had a zip line. And the zip line wasn't a big one, which I liked. I like to go fast, obviously. I like to go fast and I like to go high, right? I don't like this little wimpy stuff. And so, but it's a little wimpy, a wimpy line, but it's like that for a reason because the point is not about getting adrenaline. It's not about fixing that part of you that you need, but it's about, jumping off that platform and having your guns out and being able to shoot these targets. And so when I jumped off, man, I had so much freaking fun, even though it wasn't a big zip line. It's like it was so freaking cool. I felt like I was in an action movie. It was so much fun.
Wow. That's you know. So like okay, so I say, what was the most daredevilish thing you've ever done that was like, oh my god, I got to do this again. You know.
Mm. I've done so many of them. That's hard to choose from. I've been hit by
All
a
right.
car, dragged by rope, hung by rope. Um, I- that's a hard one.
Okay. How about this? How about this? How about this? All right. How about top five of your favorite daredevilish stunts, or stuff that you didn't do on an action scene? You just did it on your spare time in life.
Well, let's see. Obviously, jumping out of an airplane. Um, see, getting blowed up. That was cool. Let's see, getting blowed up. Something I didn't do that I wish I could have done at stunt school. I couldn't get it right. Was a high jump, and I thought that was going to be the easiest thing for me to do. And when you're on the ground looking up, it didn't look that high. And I got up there, and the number one thing they say, don't hesitate. What do? I hesitated. Not once, twice. So I was jumping on, getting ready to jump. I jumped. I mean, I did jump twice, but I hesitated. And I couldn't get my legs to go this way. So when I did land, like I landed straight up and down. And my friend Leonard, who's watching, goes, "You look stupid. Do it again." And I'm like, no, no, I'm not doing it again right now. I need to practice. I know what I'm doing wrong. I just got to get my legs out. So I look like an idiot, but I did it. At least I did it. Um,
Hey, like how do you how what's your weight what does your weight have to be in order for you to be a skydiver?
what does it have to be? I'm
Yeah,
not
like
sure. I think it's 307 pounds, but don't quote me 100% on that.
hmm,
I think, and I could be
'cause
totally wrong because if you add up my weight, which I'm not going to tell you what that is, and then you add up the guy I jumped with because I was tandem, that would have been well over 300 pounds. So
mhm,
I'm not exactly sure on that.
right, because I've always wanted to do skydiving. I don't know why, but I've always wanted to do it. The only thing that scares me is looking up instead of looking down. What
So
scares
don't
me
look
look
up.
yeah, I mean, like it's obvious, I mean, coming down it's not hard, but looking up, oh my god, too high up,
It's
too high up.
beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in a plane before. I've seen the clouds and everything. So we was high up, but I
Yeah.
wasn't jumping out the motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Well, one of my friends that's watching right now. We're trying to do a movie. I want to do a rom com, or we want to do kind of a rom com. And I've never done comedy. And I'm funny in real life, like funny sarcastic, but I don't know if I'm funny sarcastic on film yet. It's
Right.
really hard to do because you have to be serious, you know. And
Uh huh.
so I'm trying to get this friend that's watching to do a rom com about him being afraid of flying, and I want my vision is for him like something goes wrong with the plane, and he wakes up, he wakes up, and when he wakes up, he's tandem to me, and we were at the plane, and he wakes up and he's like, "What the hell?" Because he's up in there. Like, I don't know if I want to do that or not. So I don't know if I can change his mind or not yet.
Wow, man! Like y'all see, y'all be having so much fun. It'd be like, man, I want to do something like this. At least let me get on set or something so I can watch all of this good stuff. Like, oh shit, he jumped high up. You know what I mean? Because it'll be awesome because like y'all actually doing something that a lot of people want to do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do it for stunts. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't be surprised like y'all do this in your normal day life. You know, and that's just like you said, you do it in the normal day life. So this is you used to it. But a person that's just doing it because it's their fantasy or that they want to do it for their bucket list. Oh, scratch it off. I did
Nothing, nothing kills me more. I can't stand, and I'm probably going to tick a lot of people off when I say this, but you know, it is what it is. I don't like pretty boys. Like guys that don't like to get dirty. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Be
it.
a
Oh
man.
man.
No, be a freaking man. And it's like we had a friend over one time, and we were going to take the four wheelers out. Well, before you take them out and you get all the way to where you're going, and something's wrong, like we tested out here. So I was getting it
Uh,
going up and down the road. And I pulled into our driveway, and I kicked the dust up. And my friend had on his little bitch boy shoes, as I call them, and he's like, "Oh no, I don't want to get dust on me." And I'm like, "Are you for real? You're out in the country." And so, you know what I did? I went back out, I circled back around, and I kicked that dirt up about 40 times harder than I should have. And it just went
wow.
everywhere. He was so mad at me over that. It was just some dust. I was like, get over it. Yeah, so
Wow.
I don't do the pretty boy thing. Not at all. No,
You know,
not for me.
see,
You
one
can
thing
take
I
a
would,
bath. It's okay.
yeah, like that's something I want to do. Y'all got me wanting to come to your house and get on a dirt bike or something or something. Man, teach me. you know what I'm saying? Because I've always had a fascination for four wheelers, go karts. Like, cause I have this thing I always wanted to get was like it's like a it's not a it's a what do you call that thing?
Side by side ATV.
It's like an ATV, but it's bigger. It's bigger.
Yeah,
It's
it's like got two seats, and you just take it out. It's basically almost like a mini car or like a mini
yeah
Jeep.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's low to the ground, and it's like a big go kart, like a real big
Oh, I
go
know
kart,
exactly
and
what it is. I just can't afford to get one. But yeah, I know exactly what it is.
yeah,
We went.
slingshot.
Oh, those are now you can't take those four wheeling. Now slingshots are freaking fun. We rented one time. Oh, about 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, and of course I had to drive. And so, but now I'm getting it. And there's one thing they asked us not to do. We could go anywhere we wanted as long as it was back by a certain time, but we were not supposed to go down one specific hill. So then it made me wonder, well, why can't we go down that one specific hill, right? And so
Wow.
I go and do the one thing I'm not supposed to do. And I found out why I'm not supposed to go down that hill. That I had a lot of fun doing it. That I've driven down sidewalks. I've done some pretty stupid things.
Let's see. It'll be awesome, man, and that's why I said, y'all give me one chance, man. This is gonna be fun. Cause look, a slingshot, me and four wheelers. Let me get in. You know what I mean? Let me jump in. I want it. You know what I mean? Because it'd be right up my alley. Because I love to do exciting stuff like that. Like
But you would
I
like
don't
to
care.
hang out with me for a week or so, and then you'd be ready to
Yeah,
go.
look, train me up. I'll be riding that thing all day, every day till I get it. Because I'm
Oh,
very competitive. What's that?
let me just tell you this: it's not all fun and games though, because I was I was trying to learn a new stunt on my four wheeler a while back. Now this has been about a few years back, and I was in the hospital 3 times in 2 days. Saw the same male nurse all 3 times, and he looked at me. He's like, "You've got to stay off of these things." I looked at him. I said, "I'd as soon die. Not going to happen. No, 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 no." And I had my shoulder up in a sling. I'd broken something over here. I think it was my collarbone that time, and I was in a sling, and it had been like a week. And I was getting antsy. Like I'd not been on my four wheeler. I've not done this, not done that. And I thought, well, I'll just pansy ride, right? And go along the trails and just ride slow. And that's exactly what I was doing. And something startled me out in the woods. And no, it wasn't like a Yeti or something. I have no idea what it was. But all of a sudden I had my fingers were up on the my hands were up on the front brake, and I was riding like this because this was in a sling. My shoulder right here was in a sling. So I was, I had my arms up like this, and the brakes up here, but I did not have my foot on the foot brake. And so when that thing startled me, my thumb went into the throttle, and it scared me, and I locked it up real quick. And so anytime that happens, you automatically flip over your four wheeler. It's an automatic given. You're going to go over the top of your four wheeler. So this shoulder that was already broken went straight into a tree, from the four-wheeler that was already broken. So I
Wow.
mean, it's not all fun and games. You get hurt, you do stupid things, but you know, overall, it's still fun.
Do you ever run into bears doing what you doing?
Not yet.
Oh man. Oh my god. Like, gee, that's the one of the scariest things. I tell you, just like I told David, with them ghosts, y'all got it. Cause not no, not me. I'm gone. You ain't gonna keep me in there.
So I got to give a plug for the movie then. So what you're saying is you do not want to spend the night at Wilson Castle for the movie Demonis coming up in May. We're shooting in May.
I wouldn't do it. What I do is I have the whole crew on, and y'all can send me some behind the scenes clips. But I'm sorry,
So
I
you're
can't
doing
do
a chicken shit right now, basically. Are you kidding?
it.
You're
Yeah,
gonna be a group of us.
I'm gonna have to cough out because shit, me and Ghost, nah, me and Ghost, dude. I'll jump out of a plane before I fuck with a ghost, and I'm good. Me and Ghost, nah, I will mess around and nah, I can't. I'll cry. I'll scream like a little girl. I'm sorry. As soon as I hear C1 come past, oh, I'm gone. I'm out the door.
We're
I'm
filming a
gone.
movie. We're filming a movie, though. We're not there to ghost hunt. We're there to film a movie. So,
I know, but there's no telling if a ghost gonna come out and be curious and be like,
a
oh,
ghost
what
could
are
be
these people?
standing behind. A ghost could be standing behind you right now. As a matter of fact, I think I see one right there.
Don't you start it. Don't you start it quick. No. And that's what I'm saying. It's not that I'm a wuss or anything. It's just,
Right
you
now, you're
know,
doing a wuss. Yes, you are.
yeah, well, I'll take it. I'll take it. You know, I mean, see, when it comes to stuff like that, see, I'll comp out. I'll be like, y'all go do all your thing. Y'all the actors. I'm just a host of a show. That's it. I interview y'all. Y'all go on and act in the movies and all that good stuff. I won't do that. See, and I could watch the horror movies, but I can't. I can't do it.
Mm.
Mm-mm. If it's something like a something if I could run from, you know what I'm saying, take off from, and
Well, you can
I could
run.
defeat it. Yeah, but it ain't. That don't mean it's going. Oh, it's just going to attach it. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all gonna laugh your ass off when y'all see me.
Now, just
Y'all ain't
FYI, that's not my favorite kind of movies to do. Action's my favorite. So that
actions. Yeah. See, okay.
that's my
So
favorite.
what are the action scenes that really, what I'm saying, made you want to just continue to really get deep into it?
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. You
Yep.
haven't
When I
flown,
was a little girl.
you haven't swung from no ropes, have you?
I'm sorry.
You haven't swung from no ropes, have you? Because you've done everything else but swung from a rope onto another cliff. Come on now. You haven't done no cliffhanger shit where you're hanging from a pig and you're just dangling from off a cliff and all you see is nothing but dead air. Dead air. Just your feet. You are a million feet from this land. And
No,
you are
my friends are all like, some of them they know I'm crazy a little bit, and some of them's like, I don't understand. That's dangerous. And I'm like, we're all going to get dead sometime. It doesn't matter what we're doing. If it's our time to get dead, it's our time to get dead. You know what I mean? And they're like,
yeah.
yeah, but you just don't go step out in front of a bus. Well, I'm not stepping out in front of a bus.
I feel you. I feel you. You know what I mean? I get what you're saying, man. I just can't take it as I could jump off a cliff before I mess with a ghost.
Like
I'm
you jumped
sorry.
off a cliff.
Well, I won't jump off a cliff. I get on a dirt bike or a motorcycle, and and drop up a rant or something. But and me messing with the ghosts, y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. You know what I mean? And I mean, unless you let me know, unless I'm getting paid cool cash for this thing, for me to be with live ghosts, no. Live ghosts, no. Like I'm telling you, soon as I hear it, I'm taking off. It's nothing. Nothing could be said. I am gone. You're going to see all the wind go past you because you're gonna be like, "Where's Daniel?" Oh, he done left a minute already ago. You know, as soon as you see the silhouette of something moving, he out the door. Hmm. So all right. Question: what keeps you focused and motivated?
Being told no.
Oh, see, nobody can tell you no. Nah, I can't tell you no. Really, no, she gonna do it anyway. She gonna do it
Well,
anyway.
okay, like if someone says you're not going to buy that purse, not only am I going to buy that purse, I'm going to buy four more. You know what I mean? And so, like a guy that I dated years ago, he looks at me and says, "Melissa, don't get on that dirt bike," and then goes off to leave for work. And I thought, huh, okay. And so I hear a truck take off for work, and I on a dirt bike straight to the drywall. Now, had he said, "Melissa, please don't get on the dirt bike. It has no brakes," I never would have got on the damn bike. See, it's all in the ask, right?
Uh huh.
Yeah. So I
Did
think
you
when
not?
people
Did you
doubt
not get on
me,
the bike?
yeah, when people doubt me, which they have my whole life, or tell me I can't do something, I'm damn well going to show them I can. And it motivates me.
Connection. Connection. Are we
I'm
good?
here.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
It just lost connection. Sorry about that. Um, but man, that is wild. That is wild. Hey, look, see, a lot of people has told me no, and I've succeeded above and beyond that. You know what I'm saying? I was told, hey, you can't make your own show and succeed at it. Well, I did it, and I'm doing it even more. You know what I'm saying? Some people told me I couldn't do my own comic book, and I still did it. You know, you can't do
Ooh.
this, you can't do that. You know, I'm good
Hmm.
at it. I'm good at it, so I gotta do what you gotta do. But
Exactly.
I have an idea for you. I've been
Okay.
thinking about this over the weekend, and I'm gonna talk to my team, my creative team, and I would like to make a character out of your name,
Okay.
your nickname.
Okay.
You know, uh huh, uh huh. And something just been nudging me to do it, and I'm like, man,
Now, do I
could
get to be the character, or are you putting some little 20-year-old blonde girl in there?
no, because
No
all
offense
a
to
lot of
20-year-old blonde girl.
no, a lot of my characters are made after people that people either that I know or just real people. You know what I'm saying? Like um, some of the stuff, some of the personalities of Jarhead is somewhat like my father. You know what I'm saying? Some of the personalities, some of the way he's bald headed and all that stuff, or half bald headed, he got a mohawk, but it's my dad. You know what I'm saying? But um, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like some of the stuff that I see and stuff that I do. You know, this is not to promote me, guys. Don't worry about it. This is to promote. This is to promote.
It's okay to promote yourself.
I just, you know what I'm saying? I'm already promoted enough, you know what I'm saying? Looking as handsome as I look and looking, feeling good, and, so I got to do it for you. So, but I would love to have your character in the next Revelation, Jarhead Revelation. book. You know what I'm saying? We're on Jarhead Genesis, right?
Mhm.
That is the beginning part of of his life, right? Of his life, and you know what I mean. Revelation is the part where he is transitioning and learning who he is and finding out his powers, and really getting deep down and dirty with the powers that be, and really meaning, and he meets God. You know what I'm saying? He meets God, and he meets angels, and he sees fights and all that good stuff.
Do I get a
Uh,
fight?
yeah, you're actually. I'm actually. It's dawning in my mind. You know what I mean? Um, I'm thinking about making you a angel.
Ooh. Am I a good
um,
one or a bad one?
you're a good one. You're a good
Ah,
one. You want to fight alongside the warrior, the warrior Jarhead. And we see building these things that I'm building right now. It is going to be explosive because not only I'm actually working on something big. I'm also working on sound. What you call that? Voiceover
uh-huh.
act, voiceover. To do people to do voiceovers from a book and everything.
Okay.
And every person that I make a character of, they will be able to voice over the characters in the movie, in the actual book and stuff like that. So that a way you sell it, you know what I mean, and you sell it as a voiceover package, you know what I mean, and everybody gets to do their thing, and that could be another part in your resume to say that you did,
That would be fun.
you know what I mean, and like I said, like I want to be able to help people for build their careers and take it farther than just acting, farther than just you know hey, because that opens up more talents than you think. You know what I'm saying? You may think you may not think that you have a talent in voiceovering. You just never know until you try it. You may never know. You may have a talent in connecting with ghosts until you try it. you know. I'm a little nervous to say that, but because I hate ghosts, scared of ghosts, uh, but nah. If you really look at it, doing the stuff that I'm doing, I want to be able to make movies that actually give people that are not that actually wanna do it and really actually want to take their careers to the next level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really make a difference for people. You know, and I think Jarhead will is the actual character to do so because you know I've been talking to David and he wants to do a book with me.
He wants to
And
do a book with everybody. He's trying to get me to do a book with him. But he doesn't have enough projects going on.
well, I got an idea. I would like to have the whole crew of the Monas on the show. I would like to interview you all, whether it is the actors in it or whether it is the casting crew, whatever you want to do, we could do that.
Okay.
It's up to you guys. I'm already with you on it. I don't care. Um, I actually, I'm working on my actual magazine called the In Your Face magazine, and I'm also working on collaborations for my merchandise.
Okay.
So say like for example, okay, you have the logo, the In Your Face logo, and then you have We're promoting you on the back of the jacket, of the Letterman's jacket, right? And we have Miss Short Shot, Melissa Coles, in the back, and you shooting your bow and arrow, and that's promotion as it is,
Yeah.
and have a little bio on the bottom and everything. That's awesome. You know what I mean? That's very awesome with that. And I would like to do that for people. But unfortunately, with money thing problem, can't do
Mm-hmm.
it at that time. But
Yeah.
things are starting to look up. Things are starting to look up, and we got some stuff that's coming down the plank. Some big stuff. We're working on doing a 3D short film of Jarhead soon. We're still working on it.
Nice.
But yes, yes, yes. Enough about me. Enough about me. Moi. Uh, how do you handle criticism?
Whew. Um, it depends on what kind.
I say constructive.
Constructive's good. Like if somebody looks at me and goes, "Man, that was dumb," you know, you're or is that all you got? I mean, it depends on how it's approached. I mean, you can critique someone without being a jerk. Just because
Hmm.
you're a producer or you're a director or you're a casting agent, you're not above anybody. You're not God. Treat people equally. Treat people fair. You're not better than anybody. That goes, and that probably just pissed a bunch of people off too. But I always feel like just because somebody is doing work down here, when you're dealing with people up here, I'm not above, if I ever make it up here, I am not above going and getting a bottle of water for somebody else. And I think
Right.
that there's a lot of egos that come along. And to make this on a more serious note, there's a lot of egos that come along, and I don't like it. And if I made somebody mad, I don't need to work for them, because I don't want to work for people like that. I don't want to be on a set where I'm tense and I'm worried all the time. I want to be on a fun set. I want to be on a set where we're a film family and we're having fun and we're helping each other succeed, because it takes everybody. This always makes me mad, because, like in football, the quarterback always gets the glory for everything. Oh, we won because of the quarterback. We lost because of the quarterback. We did this because of the quarterback. No, that's not true. It takes
Mm.
the whole team, or that quarterback would be nothing. Same thing in film. If it wasn't for hair, makeup, cast and crew, script readers, PAs, if it wasn't for every single job on that set, and I don't care what position it is, if it wasn't, it takes everybody to make that film work and to make it a family. And when you have somebody on a set with an ego, it ruins the whole thing. And I've already told a couple of producers, I can't say on your show, no, ain't gonna happen, because
Mm.
they were just downright rude to their people. They're conceited, they have egos, and I don't like it. And do I
Right.
think I'm better than anybody? No, that's exactly why it bothers me. Don't talk down to your people. Talk your people up. Don't talk them down. And when they go on these calls and they're like, "Oh, we all need to support each other. We all need to do this," and they're the very ones being the jerks. No, don't talk down to your people. That's what I get out of that. That makes me so angry. So angry. You build people up, you don't tear them down. And girls need to build each other up and not tear each other down. Stop with the jealousy bullshit and support each other. You don't
There goes
need
that
any of that.
feisty side. There goes that feisty side.
Sorry.
See? There goes that feisty side. That feisty girl. Hey, there you go.
Okay, we're done
Uh,
with that part now.
okay, how do you handle conflict? How do you handle that?
Oh, somebody that's watching this is laughing right now. Okay, it depends on the conflict. I had to hit somebody with the neck with a pool stick once. So it just depends. It just
Wow.
depends. Now
Woo!
that's not normal. That's not something I do every day. That I mean,
Like, damn, was that for real?
overall, I do really well. I'm able to calm myself down most of the time. So I
What,
think I do really well. I like to. to get people to see and put themselves in the situation of everybody. So if any producers, directors, or casting agents are watching this, I'm not going to hit anybody with the full stick. That that was just the truth. But and being all serious though, I think I do. I think I do really well. I can get along with like probably 95% of people. There's only like maybe that 5% where it's like, buddy or lady, whoever it is, off. Other than that, I can bite my tongue and get along with about anybody. I mean, I like to be happy-go-lucky. I like to laugh. I like to smile. I like to have fun. That's why we're there.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. And I could tell. I could tell. Yeah, don't fuck with her, man. Don't do it. Don't even do it. Don't do it, man. See, that's hitting people with pool sticks. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Nah, I'm joking with you. Oh man. Yeah. What is the most ex- uh, what is the most important advice you have gotten?
The most important advice I've gotten as far as acting or in life.
Life, or you can have both life and acting.
The most important advice I've ever gotten. I'd say, well, that's a hard one. I wasn't expecting that. Um, I think in life, the most important thing I've learned is leaning and keeping your eyes on God, because ultimately that is the only thing in the world that will never let you down, ever.
Hmm.
So I think that, when we have issues, a lot of people say, well, I'm going to pray for you. And a lot of people get mad about that. But I really appreciate that, because I think that we need that in our life. So to me, prayer and being guided toward prayer is one of the most important things that you can do. Now, do I do it every day like I'm supposed to? No. Am I trying? Yes. Do I go to church every Sunday? No. But am I a child of God? Yes. Because to me, there's people that's never missed a Sunday. They'll never make it through the gates. There's people that's never stepped inside of a building, but yet they will make it through the gate. It's what's in here. So to me, that's what's important. Now, as far as acting, so far, because I'm still new. I've only been doing this a little bit over a year, and I'm learning every single day. And I think one of the main things I learned, which was a punch to the gut at first, was there was a role I really desired, and I really thought I would be good at it, and I didn't get it. And I was just like, you would have thought the world comes in, and I'm like, man, I would have been perfect for this. I don't understand, blah 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 blah. And I actually had a vision, and I had a vision that I got hurt on that set. So, does that mean that the other person's going to get hurt? No. That we all have different, like I have autoimmune issues. So like I don't do real good, like in cold or, certain things. Other than that, I'm good. Um, so yeah, I is don't get so wrapped up if you don't get a role because it wasn't meant for you. And don't get jealous if someone else gets a role that you wanted. And me and some of the girlfriends had this discussion all the time. They're like, are you sure you want to talk about this? Yeah, why wouldn't we? And she's like, well, I lost a friend before because, we both auditioned for the same role. I got it. She didn't. And I said, well, I'm not that person and I'm not that friend. I said, I want you to get it if you're the one that's supposed to get it. And so we're able to talk through it. So just encourage each other, be kind to one another, and
Mm,
cheer each other on because your time will come, but you got to keep at it.
that's right.
Is that good?
So that's awesome. That's very awesome. That's very awesome. So what is the most valuable lesson you have learned in life and in acting?
Oh, hey, the hard questions now. Um, oh my gosh, I've learned so much hard lessons in life. Oh, okay. Forgiveness in life. Because if you don't forgive others, then how can God forgive you? So forgiveness. And that's not easy. I may forgive, but I sure as heck don't forget. So
Hmm.
it's like you screw me over, you're done. But it's like I'm loyal as all get out until you screw me over. Now, will I forgive you? I will forgive you, but I won't forget it. So don't lie. Just don't freaking lie to me. I can smell it a mile away. Um, and then what was the other one?
What is the most valuable lesson in acting you have learned in acting?
I think that falls back on the last question, kind of. Is just, don't get too wrapped up if you don't get a role, or you don't, you think you deserve this, you don't understand why this person got it. Just don't, just what it is, what's going to be is going to be. What's meant for you will come your way. So don't dwell on it. Just keep moving forward. Sorry, right, cold. Um, just keep moving forward, and when the right role is there for you or the right opportunity, it will come.
Very understandable. Very understandable. It's just to be honest, I really, I see it as exactly what you said. You got to have a mindset of that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not forgiving and treating people with love and respect, how can you say you're for people? You know what I'm saying? How can
Right.
God? How can you be? You know what I'm saying? Treated in good in the eyes of people too.
Yeah, I'm so
So,
sorry. I'm cold.
no, it's okay. It's all right. We all catch a cold. Everybody catch a cold.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, hey, we've had some of the most funnest times on the show. I've shared my case of the ghosts. You know what I'm saying? I'll share my case for the ghosts. Leave the ghost out of this. They have nothing to do with this. I shared all of this. You know what I'm saying? I just think I got an idea. I got an idea. How about you take over and you ask me questions? We're gonna do it how we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it in reverse. You ask me questions, I answer them all. Go ahead. You ask me anything.
How much
Anything
time do I have?
anytime you want.
Well, we've been on here an hour and 2 minutes, so I want to make sure.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Okay,
You got all the time
so
in the world.
let's see. Well, can you look at me for a minute? So, well, I got to look in your eyes to know what to ask. So, what made you want to do your own podcast?
What made me want to do it? I'm gonna keep it real, man. First, it was God. First, God was telling me, somebody talked to me about, doing radio because I like to interact with people. I like to talk to people, and I have a passion for, helping people. So, um, but God just was telling me, He's just like, you look at all these shows out, right? And he was just sitting me down. He just sat me down and he just put it like a big view, a big movie thing in front of me. And and I sat back and I was like, "What is this?" And he was like, "Look at everybody doing their shows. You know what I'm saying? Look how they're doing it, right?" And he said, "You have the gift you have the gift to encourage people, and you have the gift to be able to help people in ways that not many people is able to do. Just because their shows is flourishing, don't mean yours won't top it." And he told me, he said, soon. He said that if I keep on going with my show, this this is like in the middle. But I'm gonna tell you in the front. The middle is telling me, when I was eclipsing the 100th episode, he said you're very close to your breakthrough. Now back, let's go to the middle. Let's go to the front. He was telling me, son, keep going. He was telling me, from the first part, I was so nervous because I was scared of how people would receive me. You know what I'm saying, and how everybody would, because I was so nervous. I was fumbling over my words, and I have a speech impediment. So
I do too.
yeah, I stutter a lot. So you could tell when I'm talking too fast, I stutter. So I used to do that a lot. I didn't get over it. I was shy, and I didn't know how to talk in front of people. So it was like as I was growing in my confidence. Man, man, man. Like so much. As soon as I turned 33, all of that halted. All of that stopped. I had confidence, but I didn't have it as explosive as this. And I had to go through a lot of trials in order to really have that courage to do my own show. I was on the show with a couple of people, and the way they did their shows and tried to embarrass me on the show and tried to make me look bad. You know what I'm saying? And destroy who I am as a man. And it just it clicked. And when I'm feeling constricted and being a person that's like held back. If I'm being held back, I'm not going to put my whole all into something. You know what I'm saying? If I'm being told I can't do something, or you can't do that, you can't. If I know it's going to benefit the crew, and if I know it's going to benefit the team, like, cause I'm a type of person I see down the road and I see ahead. You know what I'm saying? And that's business. That's entrepreneurship. That's the business side of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a businessman first before everything. And I see everything ahead, everything down the road, everything down. Because if you really look at it like this, the In Your Face show doesn't have an identity. Well, it has an identity now, but did it have an identity? No. Before? No. I didn't know my identity. So as I took on the show, at first it was about comics. Now it's about everything. Because now I realize that doing just one niche is not going to get me nowhere. Doing multiple niches and reaching multiple people, because you see a lot of shows doing it, they're flourishing. Why can't I? You know. But I decided I'm going to be better than them. I'm going to destroy that. I'm going to overcome it. I'm going to explode. I'm going to become the best, the very, very, very best. And when you leave this show, you will leave with an effect of goodness. You will leave with the effect of I gotta come back on that show, and that show is amazing. And a lot of people leave with that effect. Unfortunately, unfortunately, some left with that effect of it's just an interview or such and such and such, or this is in my beginning days, but now I'm in my middle of my confidence. I'm in my stride. I'm hitting all the nooks and crannies. I'm hitting all the goals, knocking them down, and I'm great at what I do. I'm the best at what I do. That's how I see it.
Okay. How do you handle conflict?
Conflict.
You ask me, I'm asking you.
That's great. That's great. I handle conflict by just basically, now that I'm a businessman, now that I own my own show, now that I'm in the limelight, what I do is I ignore it or I stay quiet because I realized I learned this. God taught me this. The best revenge and the best revenge is silence. It's success. It's success. You keep silent and they can't do anything. You stay silent and they'll be like, "Can you hear me? You hear me?" You just stay silent. You laugh. You laugh at people. You laugh in their face. That's what I do. I laugh in their face and I make them feel like, oh, this little motherfucker, he's laughing at me. You know what I mean? It makes them mad even more. Makes them hate me. But it's okay because at the end of the day, I don't need to put my hands on anybody to get my point across. I already
I
got my
bet you
point
makes
across.
you feel better for a minute though.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what I mean? It does. But in all
It's
reality,
true.
but what will it do in the long run? You know what I mean?
I'm just kidding, but yeah.
No, 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 no. I
Never
understand. I
mind.
pretty much truly much understand. Because I've always thought about it like, as a man, like I've learned to stay, stay vigilant, stay in my energy, stay in my comfort zone, stay in my, never come off my block. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be some times where something knock you down off your step. You got to get right back on it, and stand tall on it again, because you're gonna have a difficult person to try to knock you down. But as long as you get right back on that step and continue to ride again, can't nothing stop you. I'm still, and I'm gonna tell you like this: I'm still, man, I'm still mastering confidence. My confidence level. My confidence level can go higher. I'm still mastering it because I'm an emotional person, and I carry my heart on my sleeves. And a lot of people tell me, stop carrying your heart on your sleeves, stop being so emotional and so sensitive. But it's like this: like when you're told that, it's like sometimes people tell you stop being yourself.
Mhm.
And to be honest with you, I know what some of my friends tell me about that. Stop being so stop wearing your heart on your sleeves. But a lot of people, when a lot of other people tell me that, I disregard them because they don't know me as a person. They don't know me from a can of spray paint. So how
Well,
can you
talk
tell a person that? Well,
well talk about heart on a sleeve. Okay, so I do that, believe it or not, Little Miss Tough Girl, right? So like Little Miss Tough Girl cannot watch Lion King because I've seen it over and over with my daughter. Because when Simba's dad dies, I cry, and it's a cartoon that has no remote of being real. But I still cry every time. I can't watch sad animal commercials. I can't, there's so much like that I can't do because I'm too emotional. But in all the other ways, I'm mentally strong. But you throw a cartoon in front of me and I cry like a little baby.
that's exactly the way I am. Like I cry on some of the most simplest shit. Like when I'm like, why am I crying? You know what I mean? Like why am I? It's like you're just emotional. That's all. You know what I mean? You're not bad. You're not hurt. Like the thing about me is that because of my anointing, because of who I am in Christ, because of how strong I am in Christ, because of how strong of a man I am physically, mentally, emotionally, I intimidate people. It's intimidating because of my stature, because of the way I carry myself, because of people automatically thinks I'm dumb because of what they perceive. But I'm one of the most intelligent, smart motherfuckers you'll ever know. Like, yes, I can hide my knowledge in hindsight and play dumb. I play dumb all the time because I know for a fact some dummy is going to fall for it.
Okay, let me ask you this. So, how do you handle pain, physical pain? Are you a
I don't.
baby?
Sometimes, sometimes,
Because
sometimes,
when I grew up, my mom said, "If it ain't broken and you ain't bleeding out, you'd be all right."
right?
So, how do you handle pain
Well,
realistically?
I've had swollen glands before, where my neck was swollen and stuff like that, and that
Well, that's
motherfucker hurt.
whooping glands right now. Are you kidding me? You're being a
No,
baby right now. Yes, you
no,
are.
I'm talking about. I'm talking about my glands was like swollen, like where they was so hard under my neck, like oh my god. And I had a hernia from picking because I used to pick up stoves with my father, and I had a hernia before. I picked that thing up. I felt pain in my abdomen. I'm like, oh man. And also, a stove fell on my foot, like one of those expensive ranges, heavy ranges.
Hmm.
Like it fell on my foot, and that shit hurt. Or I had to pick up a heater with water inside of it, like a actual one of those big heaters that heats up your house. It's kind of like a
Hmm.
furnace, but it's not. It's
Heat
like
pump.
a, yeah, 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 and it has water inside of it. that heat
Mm-hmm.
up the water and heats up the make the water cold or heats up the water. So we picking this thing up, and I pick it up. I I'm telling you, I picked that thing up with all my might, and all of a sudden I fell out, and water just fell all on me. Fell out for a quick second. I was so in so much pain. I'm like, wow, wow, like what the hell? It's a lot of stuff that I've been through. I'm like, what the fuck? Well, how the hell? Like, it's just wild, man. Like, it's wild. Like,
Well, you know, I'm going to pull the birth card, right?
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead,
Well,
go ahead,
I'm just saying.
go ahead, go ahead. Talk to me, talk to me.
It's all right. You're being a little bit of a baby about it. That's okay.
No, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, now, if I get bit
Whoa,
by
Brand, are you
by a
kidding me?
bear or something, you know what I mean? Or if I get bit by a dog or something, I'm screaming. Like, I'm screaming. You know what I mean? I'm scared of. I tell you what, I'm scared of big dogs. I'm sorry, I can't. Mm-mm.
You would not like mine then. I have a 110-pound German Shepherd, and he is
110
solid
pounds,
muscle. Yeah,
and
solid
is
muscle.
he ain't scary, is he?
Not to me. Now, I had to attack him twice, but other than that, no. But the shepherds will test you. So, okay, now this is going to sound ridiculous, but I got that cough drop in my mouth. I'm sorry, but so they will test you once or twice as they're growing up. Well, he's been big for a long time. He's 3 now. He picked up our pug one day, and then when I say picked her up, had picked her up with his mouth, and I thought he killed her for a second, and it freaked me out. I jumped up out of my chair, dove onto this 110-pound dog, grabbed him by the neck, whipped him around like this, and I started waylaying my dog, right? And to the point where he was cowering down. He could kick my ass at any time. He really could. And I mean, he was so mad at me. He spent about 45 minutes in the bedroom and he was trying to hide under the bed. He's thinking, man, this woman's crazy. And so he finally goes back into the living room. And when he does, he's sneaking in there just a little bit at a time. And he peeks his head around the corner to see what I'm doing or what I'm saying. And I go, well, hi, well, how you doing? And then his tail starts wagging like, is it safe to come in? Is it not safe to come in? I've had to do that twice with him. But other than that, he's a really good dog. That he
Wow.
has saved my life twice because I had a tumor on my and right here, and I don't know what you can see on there, and I didn't know, and he started sniffing me here on my left breast area. I was like, stop, stop, what are you doing? And I took him to school one day, and I told Nick, which is one of the trainers, the guy that owns it, and he's like, get that checked. Got it checked. I had a tumor there right in my lung. It's like right under my breastbone, like into my lung. I had a tumor and my dog smelled it. And so he saved me. And then another time, he saved my life for real. I was home alone and I made chili. And I usually use like little tiny petite diced tomatoes and we didn't have any. So I had the bigger chunks and I got choked on it. I was home by myself. So I stood up and he kind of looks up at me. He was only 6 months old at this time when this happened. He gives me this weird look like, what are you doing? I kind of grabbed my throat. I didn't know what else to do. And the next thing I know, my dog lunges at me and knocks me down. And so for a split second, I'm thinking, now wait a minute. I'm choking on a tomato and my dog's mauling me. This is the day I get dead, right? You know what he did? He comes over here and then jumps on right under my breastbone. Jumps here, breastbone. Here, breastbone. And then the tomato pops up out of my mouth. He eats the tomato, which is really gross. But still, he saved me from choking. True story.
Wow.
I had the paw prints under there to prove it.
Wow. You
Crazy.
you know it's wild. You know it's wild. I've been around dogs all my life. Um, I've never like was able to interact with them. like that. I want a dog when I move or get my own house. Um, but I would like to now if I'm going to deal with a dog, I have to deal with him or her at a young age. You know what I'm saying? Baby size,
Mhm.
and raise it
He
up
was
to
only 6 weeks when we got him.
seriously.
Yeah,
How
he's
old?
three
How big
now.
was he?
He's probably about that big at 6 weeks. Can't tell
That's,
how,
that's
you know.
that's good
It's
enough. That's
called
good enough.
school.
That's good enough. I
But he still
mean,
tested me.
huh?
He still tested me, and he's been shown nothing but love.
Wow. Like, man, has he does he bark whenever he sees strangers?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When he's home, like I know if anybody's anywhere near this property, like at all. And like we had an assessor show up out of the blue one day. It's a couple weeks back. I think I posted on Facebook, and it was middle of the day. I was home. I was working from home that day, and he starts losing his mind, and he's got drool coming out of his mouth, and he's slamming it. And he could go through that door if he wanted. He's slamming that door. The assessor lady's knocking on the door like this, and so finally, I get him calmed down. I go out and I'm like, "Can I help you? Because I don't know who this woman is, and she's at my house in the middle of the day in the country, right?" And so she looks at me and she goes, "Oh, is he nice?" And I looked at her. I said, "Yeah, he likes to cuddle. He's just playing." What do you think? Look at why would you ask a question like that?
Oh man, I couldn't, man. I'd be like, ah, you know, I'll be on my p's and q's around dogs. I don't know why, but big dogs. Now, small dogs, I can wiggle around them a little bit, but big dogs,
Small
nah.
dogs will bite you quicker than the big dogs will usually.
Yeah, but see, you know what I'm saying? I could fling a small dog, get out of here, but big dog, yeah, you know what I mean?
He
Big,
could literally tear me to shreds if he wanted.
if he
He
wanted
could.
to.
If he, oh yeah, he's
Wow,
110 pounds of solid muscle. He's all muscle. So
wow. Just in,
he's huge.
just imagine, you know, he sees a fucking bear or a mountain lion. Yeah, I know
He
you
would
see
go.
mountain lion, huh?
He would go. Yeah.
Yeah, go get it, Whitney.
Hmm.
Oh man, yeah, I know you see mountain lions around your area, haven't you?
Actually, no. Now there is where we live because I live in this tiny little bitty town. Where we live at, there's a guy. There's a guy that used to raise exotic animals here in this town, and he doesn't do that anymore. He's not in this town anymore. But two black panthers escaped. Now, I have not seen them myself ever, but last summer, the neighbor, all the way up, basically up the main road, came down on his four wheeler and said, "Hey," he's like, "I got footage of the Panthers," and I'm like, "No way." He's like, "Yeah, I haven't seen it yet." So my husband said he's seen them together. Um, my mom says that she has seen them. My neighbor that lives a house or so down, we have a lot of space between our houses. Everybody has seen them but me. I'm the only one. And then it creeps me out because I'm sitting there thinking, every time I go outside to let the dogs out or whatnot, I'm sitting there thinking they could be anywhere on my property watching, like literally watching over, and I would never know they're there. You cannot see them unless they want to be seen. They are so quick. I've not seen them myself, but
Black, it ain't Black Panthers, right?
if they are.
Wow, 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 wow. 'Cause,
So it's not just
man,
rumor.
wow. See, two of them too.
Yep,
Yeah,
it's a
I'll be
total.
like, mm-hmm.
But
Keep.
the whole thing about it is if they are here, they have somebody's got to be taking care of them because there's no dead cattle, there's no dead horses, like there's nothing's missing, there's no dead animals anywhere. So if these wild panthers are running around here, then people's animals and stock would be getting dead, and they're not. So
Mm-hmm.
if they are here and that is true, then someone's taking care of them. You see
and they're
what I
not.
mean?
And it's crazy because they're not domesticated. They're not like wild animals. You know what I mean? They're not in the
Yeah,
wild and stuff like that. So yeah, if it was a wild panther or a wild mountain lion, of course somebody would be dead or you know what I mean. But with those kind of animals, if they was like taken care of by a family or whatever, then yeah, they wouldn't be. They'd just be out there wandering and eating.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like it's just like a dog. Like he ain't going to just go out there. He knows when to come home. He knows his owners and stuff like that. He knows what to do. You know what I mean?
But
But now when it
it
comes,
scares me that I mean he would go after him to protect us, and we're trying to get him trained to where he doesn't think that he has to protect us from everything. You know what I mean?
right, right,
Because
right,
he thinks everybody's a threat, and that's just simply not true. So that when he's outside the house, he's not like that, unless someone comes up to me. If someone comes up
right,
to me, no, you can't do that. Um, so we're working on that. We're trying to get him to.
to calm down and.
Mommy can take care of herself. Yeah.
Now I feel you. I mean I man, that's why I'm like, yeah, I gotta get a dog that's baby size, and maybe we can work that out with a something. You know what I mean? Get like two German shepherds, or get like a German shepherd or in a King Corso. You know what I'm saying? And grow them from babies to, you know what I'm saying, to what you want them to be. You know,
Yeah.
like because I always wanted like this because I like big houses. You know what I'm saying? I never had a house of my own, but someday I want to have my own big mansion some soon. So I want to build it. You know what I'm saying? So I want to have like, say like you have a burglar, somebody want to come rob your house. You know, you
That
gotta
happened
have,
to us a few years.
huh?
Someone tried to do that a few years ago.
And what happened?
What do you think happened?
That dog got him, didn't he?
No, dog wasn't here yet.
Oh wow, you whipped the ass.
No, no. That we like a lot of people have like the ADT signs up to try to steer people away. Well, I
Yeah.
live in a manufactured home. And so like when I first moved here, like it still had like the cheap doors and crap on it, you know what I mean? It didn't have like regular doors, like all that's been done now. They didn't have any of that then. And like my daughter, like we always had a plan. Like I always say, if this happens, that happens. This is what you do. This is where you go. This is what you grab. This is how you act. Like we practice a drill over and over and over again. And it finally happened one day. I Somebody kicked in the back door, and I got in position. She was in position, and my gun was pointed, and all I kept thinking was, please God, let him leave, let him leave, let him leave, let him leave, right? And a few seconds later, 4 or 5 guys, I could see him running through the yard, running back through the property. So that the alarm, because like our alarm goes off and then the big alarm goes off. So there's like a secondary alarm. So I have like two alarms on the house. So when the first one goes off, it alerts us. And when the other one goes off, everybody around knows it. Like everybody, the cops, I mean, everybody. Like it's big, loud. And I had to do that because I started getting death threats because of the other part of my life that I do, which is and it's sad to say, but whenever you're in the life of trying to save life, people don't like you. They either really like you or they really don't. And it's amazing how many death threats you get over trying to save the life of a child. And
Right.
I'm not one of those people that are like, oh my God, I can't believe you did this. You're going to hell for that. I don't do anything like that. But just going and sharing my part of the story about adoption, I've gotten threats like, "Hey, you better watch your mailbox. Hey, you better watch underneath your Jeep." Well, how do they know I drive a Jeep? Which is disturbing, right?
Mhm.
Um, just different things like that. So, I've had to step up security for the last, a few years ago, and it's just backwards because it's like people think that it's okay to do that, and they get angry at you for wanting to save a child, and it's like what's right's wrong and what's wrong's right. How's that even a question? How is it a question? And it's okay to want babies to live. Why
Yeah.
is it so wrong for me to fight for a child to have the
Right.
right to live? We have the right to live.
Right.
God
That
knew us before we were born.
right. And that's to be honest too, for a person to want to kill you for protecting a child is crazy, man. Like, cause you don't know that child could be going through a lot of trauma, molestation, mex- like getting beat up and hurt and all that stuff. Like, it's a lot of things that children could be going through. You know what I'm saying? That children go through today as we speak. You know what I mean? And for you to want to do that, that's commendable, very commendable. That's
Thank
a
you.
dangerous job. But hey, what if that's what God put into you to do? You gotta, hey, you do it. You know what I mean?
I
Because
made him a promise and I'm not going to stop.
yeah, hey, man, that's why I say it's all about giving a person that. It's all about giving a child a dream and child a chance to live. Because there's a lot of children in the systems that's getting molested and that's getting beat up and treated like shit
Sex
and treated like
trafficked
trash.
and
Yeah,
yes.
and you don't. And to be honest with you, you don't see the government doing anything about it. You
No.
don't see a lot of people turn a blind eye to sex trafficking and all that stuff. You
There's
know,
reasons behind all that I can't go into it on your show.
no, I understand.
But,
Truthfully, I understand. We'll talk about that after the show. But um, I wouldn't say I ain't gonna. Something I want to say, but I ain't gonna say it. Anyway, um, no. From what I'm saying is that like it's a lot of things that's going on in this world in America as it is that shit that it's just despicable and it's wrong. And like I've seen so many things and it's oh man, like if you really look at it, the cyber world, the cyber world, that's a whole different ball game. And what I mean by that is,
it's accessible to everyone at the earliest ages of their life.
hmm and what I mean by that, the cyber world is like it's like somebody could get your information and they could open up anything they want.
Mhm.
They get a house in your name, everything,
Yep.
like hack into your shit, all of that. You think they hacked into your Facebook? Just imagine they hack into your phone and hack into your Google Drive or Google
They've
stuff
hacked
and
into
stuff.
my bedroom.
Hmm
I kid you not. I get a notification when certain things happen in the house. And like when I've gotten so many notifications of someone trying to access the camera on my smart TV in my bedroom,
hmm
and it ain't nobody here.
hmm
That is disturbing. It's
Yeah.
very disturbing.
See, and that's
And
the
that
thing.
makes me wonder and paranoid. Oh my God, am I being watched? Oh my God, is it the stalker? Is it this? Is it that? It's freaky.
You would be, you would be you would be, you'd be surprised what can happen. Um, from what I know, it's a lot of people overseas that does it.
Mhm.
It's a lot of people overseas that has a lot to gain to do it. You know what I mean? And 'cause I know it because it's happened to me a couple times. So um, they tried to hack into my show. They sent some link, and if you get this link where it says they're gonna shut the thing down and stuff like that, don't answer that link because I pressed that link and it was wrong.
Okay.
Uh, so that's why I said it's a lot of things that you do not like. It's a lot of things. The cyber world, and if you think sex trafficking is bad, ooh, Just imagine what's happening in the dark web and what's happening in
Yep.
places where children are online. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like a lot of people don't understand that. Like it's a lot of things that it's a lot of things like sorry for say like for example, okay, you're searching something up, right? You're on maybe YouTube or you're searching up about guns, right? And then all of a sudden you see something flash on your screen about guns on Facebook, and you're like, and it's the same thing that you're just looking up
It
on
happens
Google,
all the time.
and you're like, they're
I've
basically
been
saying,
thinking something before, and all of a sudden
yeah,
it's on my phone. And I'm thinking,
mm-hmm,
am I insane? You know?
mm-hmm. What they do that is basically um selling information. That we all knew that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they're not supposed to do that. Those things are
Mhm.
not supposed to happen. But like before people go into these sites and stuff like that, shopping sites, people don't know that their information can be obtained,
Mhm.
like personal information. And what I mean by that, um, like if you're gonna watch a video or movies or something like that, you better make sure that website is credible. And what I
Mhm.
mean by credible, it's not like subjugated to hackers. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's why I said like it's a lot of things that you got to watch out for when it comes to stuff like this. You know what I mean? Like I I know a little bit when it comes to the hacking. Well, not when it comes to hack part. Like when it comes to the part where people's information and all that stuff gets taken. Like it's a lot of things that people don't understand that's happening. Like a, a child could be virtually raped and stuff like that,
Oh yeah.
violated virtually. People don't get that. You could be violated in so many ways, virtually, physically, emotionally. it's it's many ways, and that's why I tell people be careful what you do and be careful who what I'm saying, who you're interacting with, because you never know. Like
Yep.
telling people what you're doing, like they could actually mess up your stuff, your shit. I
Oh yeah.
remember I remember one day where I was sitting down and I was just minding my own business, and I'm just looking around, I'm like all of a sudden, I mean, like I see something flash my phone. I'm like, the fuck is that? And like it's like I always get this thing, and I'm trying to get T-Mobile to get it to get it to stop. Like I get like these weird phone numbers in my phone where like it looks like a foreign number and everything, and they show you like a little link. I don't press that link. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
when I was, cause it's weird, man. Like it's weird because I have so many haters that hate me, and I don't even know why they hate me. Like they've been trying to stop me for so long. So the enemy is trying, and the enemy is moving. But like I said, remember when I said I told you this is a God-led show, and that's why I say this is not just your average show. This is a show that is breaking the chains and liberating people. They don't even know it.
Yep.
Soon as they reveal what they've been through, they liberate it instantly, instantly, instantly. Because it brings that smile out of people, and that's why I say people will hate me, and I don't even know why, and that's why I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say they tried to hack into my stuff and tried to destroy it, try to make it seem like I'm, you know what I mean? That's why I said it was times where I wanted to give up, quit, but I said someone was like, "Nah, don't do that, don't do that, keep going," because it was so much going on. Like it was when I say so much, like it was like I couldn't even go on my show, I couldn't even do nothing without it popping up constantly, 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 constantly. You know what I mean? And so you would think, and so it's like, man, like you're not, yeah. That's why I say keep like be people before um watch the people that you interact on social media. Watch the websites you go on, and watch the fucking links that you push, because you may get a link that may
Absolutely.
seem like it's your friend that sent it, and it could be a default profile with your friend's face profile picture on it, and you could get hacked, and your information can be all in the dark web, and you won't even know it. And
Yep.
if you got some freaky naked pictures up in that motherfucker, yeah, everybody done saw it. The whole world done seen it now. So be careful what you put on, and be careful what you have in your phone, because it can be obtained if you press the wrong links. I'm just being
Exactly.
honest. Don't
Oh
hurt
yeah.
the messenger. King is
Well,
just
hey,
trying to make you aware.
my my phone is almost out of juice. Just so you know, I don't want you to think I'm hanging up on you.
Nah, I'm tired anyway.
I wore you
Nah,
out tonight, huh?
well, yeah, yeah, you got me, you got me, you got me. We had a lot of fun, you know what I mean? It was 100. It was hey, let me take us out. But you did your thing, I can contact you after the show,
Yep.
but let me take us out. Yee! Thank y'all for watching. It's been well. And also, do me a favor, y'all. Like and subscribe to my channel, to my YouTube channel. Um, I'm gonna put it in the links in the comments. Please, help a brother out. We're growing. We're 200. We're a couple more. We're more. Blah, blah. On our way to 200 episodes, guys. It's awesome. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a lot of stuff. I'm trying to tell y'all. Please grow with me. Get on the get on the bandwagon or get off. Simple as that. And you've been moved by the in your face movement, and you've been struck by the king. So thank y'all for watching. It's been well. It's been the 173rd episode of the In Your Face Show with Miss Short Shot Melissa Coles, and we out of here. Peace.